Gregor, congratulations. How would you sum that game up this afternoon?
Well, the ending was very good. There was parts of the game that we did really well. Felt we had to absorb a lot of pressure, had to let a lot of ball, and we put a stamp on the game in the first half after about the 15-20 minute mark, and then at the beginning of the second half. But I have to say, Italy controlled a lot of that second half. They had ball, they were winning penalties, they went through a number of phases, and we couldn't get back in the game. So real credit to them, but also credit to our players, like defending their own line, having to get through a couple of set pieces as well, and scrumming really well to get that penalty, and then the ambition to see space and finishing off was very, very pleasing to see.
Our next game here is against Italy in the summer test, so is that an opportunity for you to take what you learned today into that game in a few months' time?
Yeah, and it'll be a challenge. Italy have pushed us very, very close today. They're like they did against France and Ireland. They're a top quality side, and they'll have just grown in confidence from this Six Nations. When they have ball, they're dangerous and they're physical. So next time we play them, we've got to be getting more ball against them, whether that's being accurate with our ball we've got or getting the ball back off them in defence. So that will be a tough game, but an exciting game for supporters because both teams want to play open rugby.
What was going through your mind in those last few minutes? Because it was, as you say, it was quite nervy, wasn't it?
Not much. I think when you're in the coaching box, there's not much you can do. It's a 5 metre tap penalty, so you know that if Italy are accurate, they could probably score, and would we have time to get the ball back and win the game after that? But you've got trust in your players too. Like all the players were off the bench, so it's down to the players, and they stepped up well today. Really strong defence, strong scrum, and an excellent finish with moving the ball wide and Blair getting his hat-trick.
Just looking back at the Guinness Six Nations as a whole, there's obviously a couple of games still to be played today, but it looks like Scotland will finish third. How happy are you with that finish, and are there games that you look back on as missed opportunities?
Yeah, like if you don't win all your games, you will look back at the games that you lose and go, how could we got better, and how could we have done better in those games and won. But overall, I was really pleased with our togetherness, our intent, our ability to score tries, our ability to come back in games that we're down, and we've learned a lot as well. Like, we'd have learned a lot today, learned a lot against Ireland, so we'll be a better team for this experience. And we're determined to finish higher than third. There were so many positives, I think, for our supporters this year, but we know we can be better, and we're working towards that. And we'll just have to be better next time we come together.
And just looking ahead, finally, what does the next few months look like for you as we approach the summer test, and then, of course, the Rugby World Cup in the autumn?
Well, we'll have some time off now as coaches. It's a fairly intense period, the Six Nations, but we'll be quickly back into selection thoughts. We've got a World Cup camp which starts the beginning of June, so that's not too far away, and we've got to pick a squad for that, and then work towards delivering our best rugby for the World Cup, including our games and the warm-up games. It'll be a very tough World Cup pool, we're aware of that, with the number 1 and number 3 teams in our pool, but we're number 5 in the world, and we know we can take anybody on our day, just making sure we have more days where we're at our best.
And just a word on the fans, because there's 3 sellouts here at BT Murrayfield in the Guinness Six Nations. How much of a role have they played over the last few months, and how much of a role will they play as we go into the summer test?
Oh, it's been tremendous. The numbers that are coming to the games is very, very good, but it's more than that. They are coming here before games. The noise they make when we arrive, when we're playing, when things are going against us, they're behind us, and you see the connection now as hundreds of supporters are still waiting to catch up with the players. So yeah, we know the country's really behind the team, and we just encourage them to come along in the summer as well. That would be a real big boost to us. We've got 3 games at home, and to get good performances with the backing of our crowd in the summer will be a brilliant send-off for the World Cup.